Hey guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric. We're starting to get some sales numbers in from all sorts of different games and consoles. Sony just released some of their sales figures for their PS5 sales. Nintendo released some of their Switch sales. They're closing in on 80 million. They also had, totals for like Animal Crossing and all their first party games. A lot of info is coming out because the first quarter is already coming to an end pretty soon, or the last quarter, whatever, the fiscal financial quarter. It's kind of like a little offset, right? The holiday season to like right now. Anyways, I'm not some kind of Wall Street guy. I have no idea, but we're starting to get some more information about some games. I just found an article talking about Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is a game that I actually had a lot of fun playing when the PS5 came out. It was a hit. It sold a good amount of copies. So we're probably going to get another Spider-Man game here in the near future. Hopefully, I would like it. Anyways, let's go ahead and read this article. If you are brand new to the channel, though, if this is your first time, if you've never seen my hairy Ewok face, why don't you click the red subscription button down here. Over here, we're trying to get to 83,000 subscribers really soon. It's my goal. I want to grow the channel. Let's hit 100K before July. That sounds like a reasonable goal, right? Anyways, thank you so much, guys, for being here. So Spider-Man's Miles Morales has sold 4.1 million copies. Insomniac's hit shifted over 4 million units in 7 weeks. That is a huge, huge number. Big success. This was one of the launch titles. It was both PS4 and PS5 co-generation, but it was still a pretty heavily hyped title. And most people that got a PS5 picked up this game. I know I did. I enjoyed it very much, even more than the first Spider-Man game. Was a blast. Had Miles Morales on his own, big adventure on his behalf. It was a little short. I will say that it was a little on the short end, but I still enjoyed it. So it said Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales sold 4.1 million units worldwide in a month and a half. Having launched on November 12th, Insomniac's game had shifted these copies by December 31st, 2020, Sony said in its earnings call. So its earnings call was big. The earnings call gave a lot of info on how the PlayStation 5 sales were doing. I believe they sold like 4.5 million units during the holidays. I think they are going to be very successful in catching up to the PlayStation 4's total earnings. This will probably be the best-selling PlayStation console of all time. And again, it's very interesting. We're starting to see Sony news come out of the woodwork with sales. Nintendo news come out of the woodwork with sales. Unfortunately, Nintendo and Sony are the only two that really give official sales. Microsoft doesn't do it. I have no idea why. It's really weird that they decide not to do that. Well, anyways, to continue the article, it says Spider-Man's Miles Morales was the PS5's biggest launch game in the UK. Those sales didn't quite reach the height of 2018's Marvel Spider-Man in the country, so it definitely was the biggest launch game. And we're going to take a look at it. You could see that it actually hit number one. It was the biggest launch game. And you can see at the time, PS5 launch titles. Here's the top 10. We had Miles Morales at number 1. We have Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War at 2. Assassin's Creed Valhalla at 3. Demon Souls at 4. We had Sackboy, Watch Dogs, Godfall. Fortnite, The Last Laugh made number 8. Dirt 5 and Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. Man, that's a good top 10 right there. So it definitely had a strong launch. And you can see right here, despite a strong launch, Miles Morales' physical sales don't come close to the original Spider-Man game. Sales for the first 2 weeks of this new game is almost 57% smaller than the first 2 weeks of its 2018 predecessor. So this was way back in November 22nd. Now we flash forward to the end of the year, January, February, and we're getting a huge amount of success from here. So you can see, even though it didn't reach the height of it, the title debuted at number 3 in the UK charts, with 71% of its sales going to PS5. So 71% of its sales went to PS5. Sales for the title were boosted around Christmas with a 45% rise that helped it climb to number 6. So Christmas definitely came and helped out the PlayStation big time with a huge boost. Now here's some Japanese Sales info said Spider-Man Miles Morales sold 18,640 copies in 4 days, making it the top-selling PS5 game in the country at the time. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this. So this was around the time when you could see it was the top-selling. Demon Souls, according to this article back in November 19th, Demon Souls was a close second with 18,607. Now, back then at this time, it was still very early, so not too many games were out yet. I'd be curious to see what the top 10 currently is for the PlayStation 5, but very successful in Japan and the UK. Says 2018's Marvel Spider-Man was the fastest selling superhero game in US history. So that was some big shoes to fill. The biggest PlayStation exclusive launch ever, and it drove a 65% increase in games profits for Sony back then. As of November 2020, it has sold 20 million units worldwide. So they still got quite a ways to go to hit that 20 million units worldwide. But nevertheless, I mean, it's just been, what, 7 weeks? 4.1 million. So add another 7 on top. If they keep this pace, another 7 would be 8. So 2 years from now, I don't know. What's my math like? Maybe they'll at least do 10 million. I don't know about 20 million. It seems like it might have stalled. I could be wrong though, but that is still a pretty good number. It's nothing to frown at. Continuing on, it says Sony today shared its financial results. So this article is a couple days old. For the 3 months ended December 31st, 2020, announcing that the PS5 had sold 4.5 million units worldwide. Sony's Game and Network Services division reached $8.4 billion in revenue during the quarter. So Sony knocked it out of the park during its financial results leading up, past the holidays and stuff, which was to be expected. PlayStation 5 is killing it. It's the most hottest in-demand gaming item out there. It's hard to find. We've been covering it. People just want them. And there's kind of a slow drip feed of games, so I wouldn't imagine that the top 10 of the game sales has changed very much. In fact, I would probably say Spider-Man might still be easily in the top 2, top 3. Me personally, again, I enjoyed it. I thought it was awesome zipping around New York as Spider-Man. I do have a review on the channel if you guys want to go watch it. I covered the game extensively. I even live streamed it a few times. I thought it was a neat little game to play when the PS5 first came out. So, yeah, guys, very good. Congrats to Insomniac. Congrats to Sony. Congrats to the video game industry as a whole. They've been keeping gamers sane throughout this whole pandemic situation. Anyways, guys, I'm going to end it right there. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.